To our next story, a Dubai radio presenter defends Dubai against stereotypes on a TV show, and she's labeling the TV show as purely clickbait. So you've probably heard about Inside Dubai. It was only a 3-episode show, and it's still making headlines. And the summary of the show says that we are a city that is drenched in sun, luxury, and excess. Find out what it is really like to live in the desert paradise of Dubai, an ultra-modern tax haven for the super rich. But what about the people who live here? Is that what our lives are like? So people are standing up and they're saying, no, the show does not paint a picture of proper Dubai for what it's like to live here. And one Dubai radio presenter, Helen Farmer, she had her say on Instagram yesterday.
Now, Helen Farmer, host at Dubai Eye 103.8, took to Instagram to share her views. She said she's feeling a little annoyed recently, annoyed by the lazy stereotypes portrayed on TV and the tired tropes perpetuated by the tabloids about for a city that she calls her home. And the response from her post, people living here, I mean, it's been incredible.
Mm-hmm. So in her post, she goes on to list what she loves about the city. She loves everything from the way her children have been raised, how safe it is here, and we all feel that. She loves the outdoorsy life and beach days, you know, basically everything that's not your kind of excess OTT gold life. And she also loves the opportunities for work, the country's can-do ambition and can-do attitude. And I think everyone who's seen the show and seen, as she's called herself, a lazy stereotype, from people who just like have a very regular life here in Dubai, they support what she is saying.
I mean, I feel a little differently. It's a TV show at the end of the day, right? So you have to fluff it up, you have to glamorize it, you kind of have to sell. You have to sell. And a lot of shows, like for example, Selling Sunsets, it's about Los Angeles, and that's not how California really is. It's not how Los Angeles really is. Like, not everyone is walking around with, you know, Prada handbags and in the real estate market and driving Bentleys. But no, that's what they show because that's what sells. And obviously, to sell this show as well, you have to kind of bring out the OTT-ness of the country, of the city, of the people, and just take the top tier, you know, that situation. So
I think there's two sides to this, because on the one hand, they say that this show is about the city of Dubai, and like I said in the beginning summary, they say this is what it's like to live there, which isn't necessarily true. But on the other hand, I agree that the show was made to cause a reaction, right? It's literally made as clickbait. But what Helen said is that it's a lazy, boring stereotype. Like we've known, I remember my first memory of Dubai when I was a kid, at 10 years old, maybe I was 9 years old in a school, and a teacher told me that there was a city with pavements or bus stops made of gold. Right, so like that has been the stereotype that the Dubai's had for so long, and now I think like we are grown. You know, we have lived here. So many people have lived here for decades. They've come, they've moved, and we've made our homes here. So it's not just the OTT that people have. But another thing I did want to mention was that someone on the show, Gaynor, who's one of the ladies in the show, and she took to her Instagram. And she just kind of said it was a little statement to people that she cares about. And she said that everyone on the show, she did it. She said it was very interesting. Everyone in the show was very hardworking, but she mentioned that at no point ever was it meant to be a playground of the rich. So she didn't know that that was the spin that they were using. She thought it was a show about expats living in Dubai. So how her answers were clearly kind of swiveled to show this life of someone who's very wealthy. So the onus is on the creators of the show, because as Helen said, it's their agenda is not exactly positive towards Dubai.
Okay, that's interesting. I mean, but to be honest, being a city of gold isn't the worst stereotype to have, right?
No, 100%, and it's like, and that's the stereotype of a place for people to come and like have this, you know, incredibly lavish, but that's one aspect of it, right? But I think people who live here are bored of that constant showy-offy, especially in the UK, because that's obviously what the TV shows have sold for a while.
It's so funny how a show airing on BBC, you know, a news network, is so heavily stereotypical. Is it airing on BBC?
I can't remember.
Okay, or maybe not, but yeah. Anyway, move on.